Active weather coverage here on the Weather Network for Wednesday, July 16th. First, we take a little look back at some of the stormy weather. Let's go to July 13th in Quebec. Yeah, being out on the water is one place you don't really want to be when storms blow through. It's been a stormy summer in Quebec, and we'll talk about more potential for you. Meanwhile, along with the storms, heat has been another big angle we've been talking about. Here's Sambro, Nova Scotia, heading down to the beach. All right, so there's so much to talk about. I had no choice but to recruit Matt Hamel. I saw him in the hallways. I said, Matt, put a jacket on. You're coming on with me.
Yes.
What a good sport. All right, so Matt, first of all, let's play the game.
Okay.
Where would I like to be? So
Okay,
what weather, what do you like?
Let's take a look at the board right now. We've been feeling some way too intense heat and humidity in parts of southern Ontario. Murph,
Yeah.
I like St. John's, 25, but with the Humidex feeling like 31,
Yeah.
I'll take Vancouver for today, 27 degrees with sunny skies.
You know, I was thinking Halifax, but I think you've talked me into Vancouver. So, all right. Well, we'll hitchhike our way to the West Coast after the show. All right. Heat and humidity, southern Ontario, Quebec, and through the East Coast. This has been the story. So keep yourself well hydrated. No pets or children left unattended in the car. Splash pads, pool. You got access to a pool, Matt?
I do not, Murph, but
No.
you know, the municipal pools, I think a good thing to tap into because this is intense heat and humidity.
Totally.
Looking at this afternoon, we can see many still in the sort of low 40s with those feels like values. My goodness.
Look at Timmins, 12. That's what it's going to feel like. Sudbury's going to feel like 37. That is not a long drive, or that long. Tomorrow, more of the same, but more cloud cover, more showers, and a better risk of thunderstorms. So, Matt, when is the heat going to break?
That's the big question. When do we get some relief? And it does look like as we head into the weekend, many, starting in southern Ontario, will get a break from that atmospheric moisture, so not as humid, a lot more comfortable.
All right, I like the sounds of that, but there's going to be a price to be paid for the break from the heat. We had storms yesterday in northeastern Ontario. Some of that could continue, but the focus of the energy towards the Saguenay region, mouth of St. Lawrence. Pop-up thunderstorms are possible today in southwestern Ontario ahead of the front. The main energy, though, is coming in tomorrow. And look, just look at, it's lit up. This is torrential downpours likely in Cottage Country, Upper Ottawa Valley, possible thunderstorms in southern Ontario. But Matt, look what happens as we get into the prime time afternoon heat in eastern Ontario and Quebec.
So for today, we saw around Saguenay a rather focused severe thunderstorm threat. Tomorrow, a lot more widespread, including the nation's capital region and a good portion of Quebec as well.
So all weather hazards could be on the table, including large hail, strong winds, certainly heavy rain, and possibly one or two tornadoes. And then after that, Matt, just as we were talking about, then the humidity's gone for a few days, so get out and enjoy. Even in Halifax, you may have to wait till Saturday, but the weekend not looking bad. All right, let's head west.
Okay, Murph, let's do it. And yes, some stormy weather. We've seen some rain in parts of southern Alberta. It does look like maybe a bit of a break from that kind of action today, Murph. Tomorrow, though, returning with some more of that.
Totally. That's it. So we got a lot of good deluge there earlier in the week. 19 in Calgary today. Hazy sunshine across Saskatchewan with poor air quality. West of Yellowknife, we've got poor air quality advisories. Our thunderstorm risk today up north of 60 and down the northern Rockies especially, even spilling into BC following the track of this low. But just as you said, Matt, as that focuses its way further south around Calgary, that could be some heavy rain.
Yeah, especially as you can see tomorrow morning, really heavy pockets of rain and tapering off into the afternoon, but quite a start to the day tomorrow in southern Alberta.
15 degrees is the high. That's it. We're talking about in Calgary. So we're talking about all the heat in the east, but there's no heat alerts across the west. There's your risk of thunderstorms. And we're even going to throw in a possibility of some hail along with that rain and wind. So unfortunately, not a whole lot of rain in northern Saskatchewan, northern Manitoba, where we desperately need it, but it's certainly going to be in the south. But it's not just the rain, Matt.
Yes, an interesting temperature storyline, still very on the cool side for Calgary, even areas like Vancouver after another day or two of heat, much cooler weather ahead.